out here at Orlando Speed World for That Racing Channel, Sinister Performance, No Prep on the back side of the track. And there's a vehicle here that we saw at Cletus's race that I want to get a little more information on. Ryan Mitchell and Casey Max in the Fire Chicken has a new technology in his car, and we saw it at PRI. If you saw it on our social media, you might have a little bit of insight into this. Let's find out about compressed air supercharging here. So you got some new technology on here.
Yeah, I think we're the first guy to throw it into Heads Up Racing. This is our third power adder for the year. So we've been twin turbo, we've been blower, and now we're compressed air.
All this year?
All this year. Yeah, all this year. It's only March, and we took January off, so why not? Yeah, so we're trying to compress air stuff out. We've tested on the big block, had results really similar to our F3 121 blower already, with better control and better 60 foots than our turbo application was. And we put it on this Texas Speed 427 here, and it has been a bombshell of a great combo for back of the track stuff. So
interesting, back to an LS.
Every pass we run, we're getting faster and faster with it on this kind of crappy surface stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty badass.
So tell me how this works. What's your favorite parts about it, first of all?
All right, so there's a lot of cool advantages. One, 100 pounds is no longer on the nose. We get to carry that in the cabin, either on the floorboard or in the back of the car.
It looks like an NA setup, and now you have zoomies out both sides.
The zoomies are big plus. Lots of noise. We got an air filter, so we don't suck up any dirt, sand, or anything else. That's cool.
You're not chopping turbos up with rocks.
The more we flow, the cooler the intake air temps. So the safer it is on the motor, the more power we make.
Usually it's the opposite. The turbos get hot, your air temps get hot.
So because of that, we had to put it on race gas so we could keep burning the cool fuel charge, because methanol is just putting the fire out below 45 degrees Fahrenheit. So we've seen intake air temps down in the 30s so far.
The air temps were too cold.
Too cold to light.
Wow. And for people who haven't seen this, there's two massive bottles. They're what, like
30, 35 pounds a piece.
And they shove air in. You see these tubes coming into the intakes over here from both sides. And then there's the regulator's inside the car, right? Like
yeah, so the regulator takes it from like 3,000 pounds to about 220 pounds to flow through the lines. And then once it expands in the intake, it's down below 40 pounds of boost. And then when we're ready for it, we shut this other throttle body off and tighten right here.
Yep.
So we'll shut this guy off, and then that puts all the air from the 28 inlines is what feeds the motor. So we run purely off what's on the compressor, or what's in the bottles.
Yeah.
So then after a run, we come back, we fill the car back up off the trailer, and then we have a monstrous compressor we bought down here in Florida.
Holy cow.
And then that guy fills everything back up in the trailer.
You got what, four mother bottles back there. Those are like 50 pounds-ish?
They're about 200 pounds a piece.
200. Oh my, you have 800 pounds of air.
Yeah.
And then it feeds 60-ish in the car?
Yeah, pretty much.
This got me really excited at PRI, because like, there's plenty of innovations in drag racing, but to bring something like this to the game, it's a whole different type of boosting, basically.
Oh yeah, and it's so safe. It's contradicting to everything you think about it. So we have to run a lot of ignition lead. Well, we can. We haven't found a point of too much timing. So everybody knows on LS, 26, 28 degrees, about the max you run on most good fuels. We're running 28 degrees at 30 pounds of boost. We're running a 12.8 air fuel at 30 pounds of boost. We haven't seen on the plug where we're in the danger zone yet.
Really?
So, I mean, the only thing we're going to be in danger of is making too much cylinder pressure on our 4-bolt LS and picking the heads up. So now we don't have parasitic loss from anything on the motor.
Yeah.
It's just all free horsepower.
So about how much power do you think it makes right now?
I think we kissed a little over 2,000 wheel a couple times.
With how many
in the last week? 427. It's just unlimited. We get just whatever CFM we want to flow. Yeah. It's going to go in the motor. It's going to make the power.
And you have zero lag.
Oh yeah, yeah. We got about 1/10 of a second is what it takes to go from 0 to whatever we want on target.
Wow.
And then as we change settings, it's less than 1/10 of a second
to
go whatever
you don't need any bumping. You're just ready to go.
Yeah. So we can stage just like we were on the blower.
Yeah.
So we can take that bottom bulb, and as soon as I floor it, we're on brake. We're ready to go. Yep.
And what do you tune it on?
So it's on Holly.
The air system is too?
Well, so the air system has its own controller. It's supposed to run some throttle body actuators. I said, nah, that's okay. So I took that out of the equation, and we're running it with just dome control on the regulator, which changes our line pressure from like 30 to 200 PSI, but that's also depending on how many stages we have open. We got pretty much 3 stages that we can run on the car. If you want to think about like nitrous, we basically got 3 progressive nitrous stages.
Interesting.
That we're using. But it doesn't have the volatility of nitrous, it doesn't have the harmonics of a blower, it doesn't have the excess heat of a turbo. I mean, everything is just positives, except for the small bit of support you need on the trailer to get the car in between rounds. That's
yeah,
it.
it's a little high maintenance.
We can't cool the transmission down faster than we can charge the car back up. So,
well, this is gonna be exciting to see how it runs here on this really shitty surface. You are no stranger to bad surfaces.
right.
You're running small tire and run what you brung?
Yep. Yep.
Cool.
So no nose cone, so it's gonna look ugly. Sorry guys, I know everybody likes a no cone, but I don't know. I'd rather win than look pretty right now.
Amen.
So,
well, good luck today. It's gonna be fun to watch you run.
Corvette, 6-speed, a rare paint job. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect giveaway car, but 1320 Video accidentally added another ingredient to the concoction. Supercharged LS9. Thus, the perfect giveaway car was born! This 2011 ZR1 Corvette is one of only 121 painted in supersonic blue. It comes equipped with an LS9 and a 6-speed manual transmission. You could enter to win this fantastic ZR1 by heading over to 1320video.com and picking out some of our amazing merchandise. Every dollar you spend is 4 chances to win the car and $20,000 cash, so do not delay, get entered today.
Ryan Mitchell up here for small tire and supercharged Firehawk fire chicken. Look at the Turbo S10. It sounds so weird. It's not an NA car sound. It's kind of like a nitro car almost, like a weird. I think it's the Zoomies that give it that sound, but there's no turbo noises, no supercharger noises. It's just a lot more air going into an NA motor, basically. Uh-oh, got some maintenance here.
We're just trying to figure out new places to put weight.
Oh. Different surface, huh?
Yeah.
Is this your first race on the surface?
Yes.
I heard it was horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty bad, but all the numbers we were told we had to go to win it, we went 2 tenths faster, so I feel good.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we made a great pass.
Good. It's such a weird sound. It's like the combination of a NA car and a nitro car. It's like, I guess it's the Zoomies that probably make it sound like that.
Yeah, you just keep hearing it building and building and building and building because of the RAM. Yeah.
I got a couple more questions for you real quick.
Yeah.
On a normal boosted car, you have like a boost controller. Where is that in the system?
All right, so we're still using your normal dome control strategy, like you would on a wastegate.
So you tune it similarly.
Yeah, so we have stages to open up the system, and then we have dome control to add more flow to the system. So the more dome we run, the more the regulator valve allows CFM out.
Okay.
So more dome, more CFM, and depending on what stages we have on, more total CFM in the motor.
Where's that regulator valve at? Oh, it's right by the bottles. Okay.
Yeah, so we go bottle, regulator, dome control, lock-off valve stage 1, stage 2, and then we have what they call a dump valve, or removes some of the, I'm guessing, air bias effect to allow the valve to move a large number.
What's the max PSI you can get through that?
210 is what we've registered so far at these lock-off
And that
valves.
turns into like 30 at the motor?
Yeah, it depends on what RPM it is. You know, if we open it all up on the brake, it'd probably be like 60 pounds. So we can put it on the brake and make 60 pounds of boost in a tenth of a second if we wanted to.
Insane. And you can get away with that because the air's so cold.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, I'm not going to run that high.
Yeah,
not on LS, but
you're not going to need that today.
no.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
How much boost you run on that fast?
I don't remember. Should have been about 22 to 24.
Okay. Put some traction control mixed in.
Yeah, it needed it. It needed it early, obviously, and a little bit of mid-range, but it didn't need it for the last second of the run. It just ran full power.
What are the valves on the intake in here?
This guy here?
Yeah.
All right, so this is fed with CO2, and then when we command it in the hauling, so I've got the time figured out how long it takes to open up the walk-off valve and to flow air through here, and then as soon as we have that timed out, then I slam this shut in order to make more manifold pressure.
So you're just shoving fake air in rather than natural air.
Yeah, so as soon as I want...
So it's completely regulated. You don't have the random...
Right. Which I can spray the bottle, but I can flow the bottles without closing the valve. And that gets us a whole different boost curve. So it's just another tuning aid that we're using. So like if I have to, like let's say it's spinning way too bad, instead of pedaling it, I command when it's at this much wheel slip, I can just pop that open, instantly drop some air.
Oh,
and then I can bring it right back
air
in.
out of it. Gotcha.
So I do all kinds of cool stuff.
Weird.
Yeah.
Really weird. I love it. This is getting me excited.
It's neat stuff.
Compressed air supercharging. I think fake air was the wrong the wrong word for that. Compressed air versus ambient air. There we go. Ryan Mitchell doing some weird stuff. We saw that with Tina in David Pierce's truck that they bracket race with. Now we got here to no prep. So cool. All right, Ryan Mitchell back up. KC Max for second pair of small tires. Second round of small tires. I've got a GoPro right here. Got a GoPro on the nose of the car so we can hear what it sounds like when the air gets forced into the engine. I'm not sure if we're going to hear it over the exhaust, but we're going to give it a try. See what it sounds like right when he gets that boost off the starting line. He was skating left and right. He wanted to have as big a gap as possible on that race, and it worked out. Now to hear what that GoPro sounds like. What the heck is that?
I got to depressurize it so I can fire it back up to another. This is my between round maintenance. So it's a little funky right now because I've got more check valves I got to put into place.
This is a new pump for you.
Yeah, this is our new pump. So
Nice. You turned into such a nerd when you switched over to this.
you what?
You turned into such a nerd.
I've always been a nerd.
Joe.
This is.
So how long does it take for that to fill up one of the tanks or four of the tanks?
So we're filling up 2 bottles that get down to 3,000 pounds after one run, and we're getting it full in about 30, 45 minutes, 30, 40 minutes. Not bad.
Can you have them pump up while you're out running, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's got an auto kill on it and an auto drain. So right now there's like a bunch of like condensate liquid that's blowing off. Yeah.
How long does it take to fill up? It's pretty instant to fill up the bottles.
About 5 to 7 minutes.
So like 2 30-pound bottles-ish.
Yeah.
And these are 80 or?
Well, those are 150 cubic foot. Those are 414 each.
Okay.
So when you work pressure differentials, it basically takes 2 of the mother bottles to get the car refilled.
All right. So that last pass looked pretty crazy. You like that?
It's peppy.
You like dancing everywhere?
We put 37 pounds on the front.
Oh, that's the magic number?
That's all we have left.
After this last pass? Or?
After this last pass.
Okay, so this is new.
So yeah, we put weight on the front of it to try to keep it down because the front end, they picked them up like 12 times.
No kidding.
Yeah,
we were doing wheelies the whole way down the track.
It just kind of kept coming and going.
And the back end was just sliding back and forth. It was bad. I watched it.
Sorry.
Don't apologize to me. You're driving.
So, we put a little nose weight on it to make sure we have more traction to steer. We put a lot of weight on the back end for that last round, and it liked it a lot. So we're just going to keep trying to improve on that. We got Marty Wood next. He just took out Wes Snow.
Ooh, man. Yeah.
And Wes ran a good number. So we went a faster number, but Wes ran a good number.
You want to say what number, or is that secret?
So we're just going to try and go faster.
Okay, sounds good. How long did it take you to spool on your big block twin turbo setup, roughly?
About 3 seconds.
Okay. And it takes how long with the compressed air?
About 1/10.
1/10 of a second.
1/10 of a second.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Insane. Are there any issues with that, or it's all good?
It's all good.
That's amazing.
It just comes right up to like 5 pounds.
And then you regulate it through the regulator inside.
Yeah.
Do you predict a lot of people moving over to this, or?
Yeah. I mean, it's a considerable investment, but any big power adder is. But once you have everything, you're really good to go.
You really have to have a smart in-house tuner, or the driver being a smart tuner, to make this work fairly quickly. Otherwise, you're going to be working on it for a while.
Yeah, I think so. I would say it's pretty accurate.
You're the perfect flavor of nerd for this project.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right. Good luck. Upset there. I thought for sure Casey Max was going to have that, but he just started hazing the tires. I think it might hit the scramble button. It was just a little bit too much. Hope you guys enjoyed our little tour of compressed air supercharging. It's something I find really fascinating. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button.